My beloved child, I have been with you since the beginning, watching over every step you take. When you were born, I breathed life into your soul, and I have never left your side. In your moments of joy, I am there, celebrating with you. And in your times of despair, I am there, holding you up when you feel like you can't stand on your own. My love for you is boundless, beyond what you can comprehend. Even when you feel undeserving, my arms are open wide, ready to embrace you. I see your struggles. I know your fears, your doubts, and the weight you carry on your shoulders. But remember, you are not carrying these burdens alone. I am with you, walking beside you, ready to lift you when you fall. The storms in life will come, but they are not the end. They are opportunities for you to grow, to become stronger, and to lean on me. When the winds blow fiercely and the waves crash against you, know that I am your shelter. I am your peace in the chaos, your light in the darkness. Today, I want you to open your heart to me. Allow me to fill you with my love, to strengthen your spirit, and to give you the hope you need to keep going. There is no challenge too great, no mountain too high, and no valley too deep that we cannot overcome together. You are my child, and in my love there is no fear, only courage and endless possibilities. I have loved you since before you even knew of my presence. My love is not dependent on your actions, your thoughts, or the way you perceive yourself. It is not diminished by your mistakes, nor is it increased by your successes. It simply is constant, eternal, unwavering. This is the love I offer you, a love that exists beyond conditions, beyond boundaries, beyond any limit you could ever imagine. There are times when you feel that you have fallen short, that you are unworthy of love, that you have made too many mistakes to be forgiven. But I am here to tell you that you are more than enough in my eyes. My love for you doesn't waver when you stumble, when you fail, or when you are lost. In fact, it is in those very moments of weakness, of doubt, of fear, that my love surrounds you even more deeply. You see, my love for you is not based on how perfectly you live your life. I don't love you more when you are strong, and I don't love you less when you are weak. My love is not a reward to be earned, it is a gift freely given. Even in your darkest moments, when you feel most distant from me, I am closer meets his. I am here, holding you, even when you cannot feel it, even when you don't believe it. You may feel guilt, shame, or regret for things you have done or failed to do, but I want you to know that none of that changes my love for you. I am not keeping a record of your wrongs. I am not counting the times you have fallen short. Instead, I am always waiting, always ready to welcome you back into my arms. No matter how far you feel from me, you are never beyond the reach of my love. When you think about the love of the world, it often comes with conditions. People may love you when you are kind, when you are successful, when you meet their expectations. But my love is not like that. My love is not something you have to earn or something that can be taken away. It is not fickle, not based on how well you perform or how much you achieve. It simply is. You are precious to me, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are my child, and I have created you in my image. I see in you the beauty and the potential that you often cannot see in yourself. I see your struggles, and I understand them. I see your pain, and I feel it with you. And yet, through it all, I love you completely, without condition. There will be times when you question whether you are worthy of such love. You may feel like you have to prove yourself to me, or that you have to live up to certain standards before I can accept you. But this is not the truth. The truth is that you are already accepted. You are already loved. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and nothing you can do to make me love you less. I know your heart. I know your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. And I love you just the same. My love is not diminished by your imperfections, rather it embraces them. It is a love that sees you fully and loves you fully. It is a love that lifts you up when you are down, that forgives you when you feel unforgivable, that strengthens you when you feel weak. When you feel like you are not enough, when you feel like the world is too heavy to bear, remember this: you are enough for me. In your flaws, in your failures, in your moments of doubt and fear, I see you as worthy. My love covers you, protects you, and holds you together when everything else falls apart. You do not need to be perfect for me to love you, because my love is perfect, and it is given freely to you. Even when you turn away, I am here. Even when you doubt me, I am still beside you. Even when you push me away, I never stop reaching for you. My love does not depend on your faithfulness, it is rooted in my own. I am faithful to you always. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My love does not change with time, with circumstance, or with the seasons of your life. It is unchanging, and it is yours. So when you feel lost, when you feel alone, when you feel like you don't belong, know that you belong with me. My arms are always open to you. My heart is always turned toward you. You are my child, my beloved, and my love for you knows no bounds. It is unconditional, infinite, and eternal. You never have to earn it. You never have to fear losing it. It is yours, now and forever. In the moments when you struggle to believe in yourself, believe in my love. When you feel unworthy, let my love remind you of your worth. When you feel like you are too broken, too flawed, too imperfect, remember that in my eyes you are perfect. You are exactly as I created you to be. And I love you with a love that transcends all understanding. This is my promise to you. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, my love will follow you, will guide you, protect you, and lift you up. You are never alone, for I am always with you, and my love for you will never fail. In the moments when you feel as though the world is closing in on you, when every step feels like a struggle and every breath is heavy with burden, I am with you. I see your pain, I hear your cries, and I know the weight of the difficulties you carry. But know this, even in your darkest hour there is hope. That hope comes not from the world around you, but from me. I am your light in the darkness, your guide when the path ahead seems uncertain. You may feel overwhelmed by the storms of life, but I tell you the storm will pass. It may rage fiercely around you, but it cannot touch the essence of who you are. I am the shelter in which you can find refuge. I am the peace that surpasses all understanding. When the winds howl and the waves crash, stand firm in the knowledge that I am holding you close, that I will never let you fall beyond my reach. There will be moments when you doubt, moments when you ask, why? You may wonder why the challenges in your life seem so relentless, why the pain persists, why the road seems so long. But I ask you to trust me. You may not always understand my ways, but I promise you that everything you are going through has a purpose. Every trial, every hardship is shaping you, refining you, making you stronger. You are not going through these things alone. I am walking every step of the way with you. In the midst of your struggles, it can be easy to lose sight of hope. You may feel as though there is no way out, no light at the end of the tunnel. But I am the light that never dims. My love for you is the beacon that will guide you through the darkest valleys. When you feel like giving up, I am here whispering to your soul, do not fear, for I am with you. I will never abandon you. Even when the world feels cold and uncaring, I am by your side, my love wrapping around you like a warm blanket, protecting you, comforting you. Hope is not a distant dream or an unreachable promise. It is real, it is here, and it is found in me. It is the quiet assurance that no matter what happens, you are held in the palm of my hand. It is the strength to keep moving forward, even when you cannot see the way ahead. It is the knowledge that your life has meaning and purpose beyond what you can see right now. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future filled with hope. When you are weary, come to me, and I will give you rest. When you are broken, come to me, and I will heal your wounds. When you are lost, come to me, and I will show you the way. My hope is not fleeting. It is not based on circumstances or the passing moments of your life. It is eternal, grounded in my unchanging love for you. No matter how difficult the situation, my hope will sustain you. You may not always see how things will work out. You may face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But remember, nothing is impossible for me. I can move mountains. I can part seas. I can calm the fiercest storms. And I can do the same for you. Trust in me, lean on me, and you will see that there is nothing too great for us to overcome together. Hope is the anchor for your soul. It will keep you steady when everything around you is shaking. It will keep you grounded when the winds of life threaten to blow you off course. Hold fast to that hope, for it is rooted in me, and I will never fail you. I am your rock, your foundation, your constant in a world that is ever changing. When your heart is heavy, lift your eyes to me. When the weight of the world feels too much to bear, let me carry it for you. You were not meant to carry these burdens alone. I am here always to lift you up, to give you strength when yours is failing. Do not be afraid to lean on me, for I am strong enough to hold you, to support you, to carry you through whatever comes your way. Remember that in every difficulty there is an opportunity for growth. In every hardship there is a chance to draw closer to me, to rely on me more fully. The struggles you face today are preparing you for the blessings of tomorrow. The challenges that seem overwhelming now will one day be the testimonies of your strength, of your perseverance, of the hope that carried you through. Hope does not mean that life will always be easy. It does not mean that you will never face hardship or pain. But it does mean that no matter what happens, you are never alone. You are never without a reason to keep going, never without a light to guide you. My love is the fuel for that hope, the assurance that you can face anything with courage, because I am with you. So when the road is hard, when the nights are long, when the pain feels unbearable, hold on to hope. Hold on to me. Let my love be the strength that sustains you, the hope that lifts you out of despair. I am the one who makes a way where there seems to be no way. I am the one who turns mourning into joy, sorrow into dancing, and I will do the same for you. In me you will find all the hope you need. It is not found in the things of this world, but in the knowledge that you are loved beyond measure, that you are never alone, that I am with you always. Trust in me, and let that hope fill your heart, your mind, and your soul. You are stronger than you know, and with me you can face anything. Together we will rise above every storm, and you will see that hope is not just a word, but a promise that I will always keep. Hope is the gift I give to you. Take it, hold it close, and let it guide you through whatever may come. I am your hope, and I am always here with you, in every moment, in every struggle, in every victory. Faith is the bridge between your heart and mine. It is the quiet, unwavering trust that no matter what happens in your life, I am with you. I know there are times when your faith feels fragile, when the world seems too chaotic, too unpredictable. But it is in those moments, in the times of doubt and uncertainty, that your faith has the power to carry you. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting that I hold the answers and that I am guiding you even when you cannot see the path ahead. I see the battles you face. I see the challenges that threaten to shake your belief, to fill your heart with fear. But remember this. Faith is not the absence of fear, it is the courage to stand firm in the face of fear, knowing that I am greater than anything you will ever encounter. It is the strength to take the next step even when the way is unclear, trusting that I am leading you exactly where you need to go. There is a strength in faith that goes beyond what you can imagine. It is a strength that does not come from the world but from me. When you place your trust in me, you tap into a well of strength that never runs dry. The storms of life may come, but with faith, you are anchored in my love, my protection, my promise that I will never leave you or forsake you. I am your refuge, your strong tower, the foundation upon which your faith stands. You may think that faith is something you have to muster up on your own, something you need to work for or prove. But that is not the case. Faith is a gift that I have already placed inside of you. It grows when you lean into it, when you trust me even when everything around you is telling you to give up. It grows when you surrender your need for control and allow me to guide your steps. Faith is not about having it all figured out. It's about trusting that I have it all figured out for you. In the moments when you feel weak, remember that your strength comes from me. When you feel like you cannot go on, when the weight of the world is pressing down on you, know that I am carrying you. Faith gives you the strength to rise above your circumstances, to see beyond what is visible, and trust in what is eternal. The world may try to break you, but with faith you are unbreakable. You are resilient, because I am your strength. There will be times when your faith is tested, when you face trials that seem impossible to overcome. But these tests are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to strengthen you. Just as gold is refined in the fire, so too is your faith refined through the trials you face. Every hardship is an opportunity for your faith to grow, for you to lean into me more fully, to trust me more deeply. And with each test you will find that your faith becomes stronger, more unshakable, more grounded in who I am and what I have promised. Faith is not passive. It is active, alive, a force that moves mountains, that breaks chains, that brings life where there was once despair. When you have faith, you have access to my power, a power that can transform even the darkest situations into opportunities for growth and renewal. Through faith, you can see miracles happen. You can experience breakthroughs that once seemed impossible. Faith opens the door to possibilities beyond what you can see or understand. I know that sometimes it's hard to believe, especially when life doesn't go the way you planned, when your prayers seem unanswered, when the struggles feel too great. But I am asking you to trust me, even when the road is hard. I am working all things for your good, even when you cannot see it. Faith is believing in what you cannot see, trusting in what you cannot yet hold. It is the assurance that I am at work in your life, even in the silence, even in the waiting. When your faith is strong, you are unshakable. You are able to stand firm in the face of adversity, not because you are strong on your own, but because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel like you are at your lowest, that is when I am lifting you up. When you feel like you have no more to give, that is when I am pouring my strength into you, renewing you, giving you the courage to keep moving forward. Your faith is not meant to be flawless. It is not about never having doubts or fears. It is about choosing to trust me despite those doubts, to believe in my goodness even when the world seems harsh. Faith is the choice to rely on me, to lean into my promises, to rest in the assurance that I am faithful, that I will never abandon you. Remember that the power of faith is not found in how much faith you have, but in the one in whom you place your faith. Even faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains, not because of its size, but because of the one who moves the mountains. When you place your faith in me, no obstacle is too great, no challenge too overwhelming. I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. I am the God who brings life from death, hope from despair, victory from defeat. You may feel like your faith is small, like it is fragile, but know this: your faith, no matter how small, is precious to me. It is enough. I will take that seed of faith and grow it into something beautiful, something strong, something that will sustain you through every season of your life. Trust me with your faith, and watch as I work wonders in your life. Faith is the key to unlocking the fullness of life that I have promised you. It is the foundation upon which you can build a life of purpose, of peace, of joy. With faith, you can face anything because you know that I am with you, that I am for you, that I am working on your behalf. There is nothing you cannot do when you place your faith in me. There is no mountain too high, no valley too deep, no storm too fierce that we cannot overcome together. So when you are weary, when you are afraid, when you are uncertain about the future, hold on to your faith. Let it be your anchor, your guide, your source of strength. Trust in me and know that with faith, all things are possible. I am your strength, your refuge, your ever-present help in times of trouble. Place your faith in me, and I will never fail you. Together we will face whatever comes, and together we will rise. Let me remind you of a story of faith and hope that has endured for generations. It is not just a story written on pages, but a testament to the power of trusting in me, of holding on to hope even when all seems lost. This story is not only for those who lived long ago, but for you right now in this moment. Do you remember Lazarus? He was a man I loved dearly, a friend who shared many moments with me. His story is one of the clearest reflections of the hope that can be found in my love, even in the face of death itself. Lazarus had fallen ill, and his sisters Mary and Martha sent word to me. They believed in my power to heal him, and they placed their faith in me, knowing that I could save him from this illness. But I did not go to them right away. I waited. I know that sometimes, from your perspective, it may feel like I am silent, like I am not answering your prayers in the way or in the time you expect. You may wonder why I delay, why I seem distant when you need me most. But know this, I am never distant, and my timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your expectations. Sometimes in the waiting, I am working out a greater plan, a greater glory, a deeper understanding of my power and love that you cannot yet see. Lazarus' illness grew worse, and soon he passed away. His sisters were heartbroken. They had hoped in me, and yet, in their eyes I had not come when they needed me. They wept, and they mourned, believing that all hope was lost. But even in their sorrow, their faith remained. Martha, upon seeing me approach their home after Lazarus had been in the tomb for 4 days, came to me and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask." In those words there is a deep truth about faith. Faith does not always mean that you will not face loss or hardship. It does not mean that you will be spared from the storms of life. But faith does mean that even in the darkest moments you can trust that I am still with you, that I am still working, that my power and my love have not abandoned you. Martha believed that even though her brother had died, I could still act, that there was still hope, even beyond death. I looked at Martha and said to her, "Your brother will rise again." And she, holding on to her belief in the resurrection, said, "I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day." But then I revealed something deeper to her, something that I want you to understand as well. I told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die." Do you believe this? That question was not just for Martha, it is for you too. Do you believe that in me there is life, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart? Do you believe that in me there is hope, even in the face of death, even in the face of the impossible? Because that is the truth. I am the source of all life, the source of all hope, the one who can bring light into the darkest of circumstances. Martha affirmed her faith, saying, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who is to come into the world." Even in her grief, she held on to hope. And that hope, that faith, opened the door for a miracle that would reveal my glory. I then asked to be taken to the place where Lazarus had been laid to rest. When I arrived at the tomb, I saw the sorrow, the grief that had settled over the people. Even though I knew what I was about to do, I wept with them. I wept because I understood their pain, their loss, their sorrow. And know this, I weep with you too in your moments of pain. I am not distant or detached from your suffering. I feel it with you, and I am with you in it. But I also know what comes next. I stood before the tomb and I commanded the stone to be rolled away. Martha, ever practical, reminded me that Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, and the stench would be unbearable. But I looked at her and said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" Then, In that moment, I lifted my eyes to heaven and prayed, not because I needed to, but so that those around me would believe. And then I called out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." And out of the darkness, out of the tomb, Lazarus came. He was wrapped in grave clothes, but he was alive. Death had no power over him, because I am the source of life. I am the one who conquers even the grave. Lazarus walked out of that tomb because of the power of faith, the power of hope, and the power of my love. This story, this moment, is a testament to what happens when you place your faith in me. Even when all seems lost, even when the situation feels impossible, I can bring life from death. I can bring hope from despair. I can turn mourning into joy, and I can restore what has been broken. The story of Lazarus is not just a miracle from long ago, it is a reflection of what I can do in your life. When you feel like hope is gone, when you feel like the situation is beyond saving, remember that I am the resurrection and the life. I am the one who breathes new life into what has been lost. I am the one who calls you out of the darkness and into the light. So when you face your own tombs, whether they are tombs of doubt, fear, or hopelessness, know that I am standing before them, calling your name. I am asking you to trust me, to believe that I can bring life where there seems to be only death. I am asking you to roll away the stone of doubt, to open your heart to the possibility that I am still working, still moving, still bringing hope into your life. The story of Lazarus is a reminder that with me, nothing is impossible. No situation is too far gone, no heart is too broken, no life is too lost for me to restore. I am the God of resurrection. I am the God of hope. And I am the God who loves you more than you can ever imagine. Trust in me, and you too will see the glory of God. You too will experience the power of faith, the strength of hope, and the depth of my love for you. Just as I called Lazarus out of the tomb, I am calling you into new life, into a future filled with hope, into a love that never ends. Believe, and you will see my glory. My beloved, hope is not just something that lives in your heart or rests in your thoughts. Hope is alive, and it takes shape through the actions of love you show to one another. You see, I did not create you to be alone, to carry the weight of this world by yourself. I created you for community, for connection, and for love. It is through the love you give and receive that hope is born, grows, and spreads to others. Hope finds its truest expression in the way you love one another, in the way you reflect my love into the world around you. I have always shown you my love, not just through words, but through action. When I walked the earth in human form, I touched the sick and healed them. I embraced the outcasts and gave them dignity. I washed the feet of my disciples to show them that love is not about power or pride, but about service and humility. In every act of love, hope was present, hope for a better world, hope for healing, hope for redemption. That same hope can flow through you when you choose to love, to serve, to give of yourself without expecting anything in return. You might wonder how your actions, small as they may seem, can truly make a difference. But remember, every act of love, no matter how small, is a seed of hope planted in the heart of another. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of patience, these may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they are not. Every time you show love, you are offering hope to someone who may be desperately in need of it. You may never fully know the impact of your actions, but I do. I see the ripple effects of every loving gesture, how it touches one life and then another, spreading hope far beyond what you can imagine. Think of the widow who gave only 2 small coins at the temple. To the world it seemed like nothing, a contribution so small it could be overlooked. But to me, it was everything. She gave out of love, out of her poverty, and her act of selfless giving became a powerful testament of faith and hope. It wasn't the amount she gave, but the heart with which she gave it. That's how love works. It's not about how much you have, but about how much you are willing to give from your heart. And when you give from a place of love, Hope is born in ways you may never fully understand. Do you remember the story of the Good Samaritan? A man was beaten, robbed, and left for dead on the side of the road. Others passed him by, too busy or too fearful to stop. But then came the Samaritan, a man who was not expected to show kindness. Yet he was moved with compassion. He bandaged the man's wounds, took him to an inn, and cared for him. In that moment, the Samaritan became a vessel of hope. His love, expressed through action, gave the wounded man not just physical healing, but hope that someone cared, that he was not alone, that his life mattered. That is what I am calling you to do. I am asking you to be that source of hope for others, to love them not just with words, but with action. The world is full of people who are beaten down, who are struggling, who are hurting in ways you may not even see. But through love, through simple acts of kindness, you can offer them hope. You can remind them that they are not forgotten, that they are loved, and that there is still goodness in the world. Every time you choose love over indifference, you are bringing light into the darkness. You are embodying the hope that comes from me. It's easy to become discouraged, to feel as though the problems of the world are too great, too overwhelming. But I tell you this, love has the power to transform even the darkest of places. Love breaks down barriers, mends broken hearts, and heals wounds that seem impossible to heal. It is through love that hope flourishes. The world may be filled with pain, but it is also filled with opportunities for love, opportunities to be my hands and feet, to be the living expression of hope. I know that sometimes loving others is hard. It's not always easy to offer kindness, especially when you are tired, hurt, or when the people around you seem unlovable. But that is when love is needed most. Love is not about convenience, it is about sacrifice. It is about giving of yourself, even when it's difficult, even when it feels like no one notices. But I notice. I see every act of love, every moment of compassion, and I tell you that it matters. It makes a difference. It brings hope, not just to others, but to your own heart as well. When you love, you are not just giving hope to others, you are allowing hope to grow within you. Every time you choose love, you are choosing to align yourself with my heart, with my will, with the purpose I have for your life. Love transforms you too. It opens your eyes to the beauty in others, to the potential for good that exists even in the most difficult situations. It strengthens your faith, it deepens your joy, and it brings you closer to me. Love is the foundation of hope. When you love, you are creating space for miracles to happen. You are inviting my presence into every situation, every relationship, every struggle. And where I am, there is always hope. I ask you to be bold in your love, to step out in faith, and to offer hope to those who need it most. You may not always see the results right away, but trust that your love is making a difference. Remember, I have called you to love one another as I have loved you. And my love for you is boundless, unconditional, and eternal. I gave everything for you so that you might live in the fullness of my love and share that love with the world. When you love others, you are reflecting my love, and in doing so, you are planting seeds of hope that will grow and bear fruit in ways you cannot yet see. So go, my beloved, and love with all your heart. Love without fear, love without hesitation. And know that every act of love is a beacon of hope in this world. Through love, you can change lives, you can bring healing, you can offer the hope that is found in me. You are my hands and my feet, and through your love, I will continue to bring hope to the world. Trust in this, and know that love is never wasted. It is the very essence of hope, the light that will shine through every darkness. Love one another as I have loved you. In your love there is hope. You were never meant to walk this path alone. From the very beginning, I created you for connection, for fellowship, for a community that would support, uplift, and strengthen you on your journey. The faith you carry, the hope you hold on to, is not meant to be a solitary experience. It is meant to be shared, nurtured, and multiplied within the embrace of others who believe in me, just as you do. This is the power of the faith community. Together you can do so much more than you ever could alone. Look around you. The people I have placed in your life are not there by accident. They are part of the plan I have for you, part of the way I reveal my love, my grace, and my strength to you. Just as you are a reflection of my love, they too are mirrors of my presence in your life. Through them I work, and through you I work in their lives as well. This is the beauty of community. Your faith is strengthened when it is shared, when it is supported by those who stand alongside you in times of joy and in times of struggle. When the early church was formed, it wasn't just about gathering together to worship me in psalm or to hear teachings. It was about building something deeper, a true fellowship, a living, breathing embodiment of faith that would grow stronger through unity. They shared everything, from their resources to their burdens, from their prayers to their celebrations. And in that sharing, their faith flourished. In the community, they found courage. In the community, they found hope. And in the community, they found me. I know the world can feel isolating. I know there are times when you feel like you must face your challenges alone. But I have given you a community of believers for a reason. Together, you can carry the burdens that feel too heavy for one person to bear. Together, you can lift each other up when the weight of life becomes overwhelming. I have woven your lives together so that you can remind one another of my presence, of my promises, of the hope that never fades. Remember the story of Moses. When his arms grew tired as he held the staff of God during the battle against the Amalekites, he couldn't do it alone. His strength was failing, and the weight of the task was too much for him. But I didn't ask him to carry that burden by himself. Aaron and Hur came alongside him, held up his arms, and together they prevailed. That is what community does. It strengthens you when you are weak. It lifts you when you cannot lift yourself. And it helps you carry the load when it feels too great for you to bear. This is the role of the faith community. When one is weak, another is strong. When one falls, another reaches down to help them rise. I have designed this interdependence so that you would never have to face life's challenges alone. When you walk together in faith, you experience a deeper understanding of my love. You see my hands at work in the lives of those around you, and through their love and support, you feel my presence even more powerfully. There is a power that comes from gathering together in my name. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, I am there in the midst of them. And when a community of faith comes together, united in purpose with hearts open to me, incredible things can happen. Your prayers are amplified. Your faith is strengthened. Your hope is renewed. The power of my Spirit flows through you, bringing healing, encouragement, and inspiration not just to your own life, but to the lives of everyone around you. I want you to understand that faith is not a solitary journey. It is a shared experience, one that grows stronger through fellowship. Just as iron sharpens iron, so too do you sharpen one another. Your faith challenges and inspires others, and their faith challenges and inspires you in return. You are not called to be islands, separated by your own struggles, but rather to be a part of a greater whole, a body of believers working together for my glory. Think of the body. Each part has a different function, but all are necessary for the body to work as it should. The hands cannot say to the eyes, "I don't need you." The feet cannot say to the heart, "You are of no use." Every part plays a role, and when each part functions in harmony with the others, the body is strong and healthy. In the same way, the community of believers is made up of many different people, each with their own gifts, talents, and strengths. But together you form a body, my body, through which I work to bring hope, love, and healing to the world. Do not underestimate the power of community. It is through community that you find accountability, encouragement, and wisdom. When you are surrounded by others who share your faith, you are reminded that you are not alone in your struggles. You are reminded that others have walked the same path, faced the same challenges, and overcome through their faith in me. In their stories, you find hope for your own journey. But community is not just about receiving, it is about giving as well. I have called you to love and serve one another, to bear each other's burdens, to walk alongside each other in times of joy and in times of sorrow. When you give of yourself to the community, you are not just offering help or support, you are offering hope. You are showing others that they are not alone, that they are seen, loved, and valued. And in doing so, you reflect my love, my grace, and my compassion. Your community is a reflection of my kingdom. It is a place where love, kindness, and grace should flow freely. When the world looks at the community of believers, they should see something different, something beautiful, something that speaks of my love. They should see a place where hope thrives, where no one is left to struggle alone, where every person is valued and cherished. This is the role of the faith community, to be a beacon of hope in a world that so often feels dark and disconnected. So I ask you, my beloved, to lean into the community I have given you. Allow them to support you, to encourage you, to remind you of the hope you have in me, and in turn, be that support for others. Give of yourself, share your faith, and watch as hope grows, not just in your life, but in the lives of everyone around you. Together you are stronger. Together you are a powerful force of love and hope, and together you can accomplish far more than you ever could on your own. This is my design for you, to walk in faith, not alone, but in community, in fellowship, in love. My beloved, prayer is not just words whispered into the air, nor is it a ritual performed out of habit. Prayer is the lifeline between your heart and mind. It is the sacred space where your spirit communes with me, where your deepest desires, fears, hopes, and joys are laid bare before me. In prayer, you find strength not because of the words you speak, but because of the connection you forge with me. Through prayer, you tap into the source of all power, all wisdom, and all love. I am always listening. Even before the words form on your lips, I know what is in your heart. Yet, I invite you to speak to me, to pour out your soul, because prayer is not for my benefit, it is for yours. Prayer aligns your heart with mine. It opens your spirit to receive the peace, the strength, and the guidance that only I can give. When you come to me in prayer, you are acknowledging that you cannot do this on your own, and that is where your true strength begins. So often, you carry burdens that weigh you down, thinking that you must bear them alone. But my beloved, I am here, always ready to shoulder those burdens with you. Through prayer, you can release the weight of your worries, your anxieties, your fears. You do not have to carry them by yourself. Bring them to me, and I will give you rest. I will give you the strength to face whatever comes, because you are not facing it alone. I am with you. In the stillness of prayer, when the noise of the world fades away, you can hear my voice. It may not always come as a booming declaration, but rather as a gentle whisper, a nudge in your heart, a quiet assurance that I am guiding you. I speak to you in ways that are unique to you, in the language of your soul. But you must be still. You must come to me, not just in times of crisis, but in the everyday moments. Prayer is not just for emergencies, it is for building a relationship, for growing closer to me, for allowing my strength to flow through you each day. There is a power in prayer that goes beyond your understanding. It is the power to move mountains, to change hearts, to bring healing and transformation. When you pray, you are not speaking into a void, you are speaking to the Creator of all things, the one who holds the universe in the palm of his hand. And yet, I care deeply about every detail of your life. There is nothing too small or too big for you to bring to me. Whether it is a whispered plea in the quiet of the night or a shout of joy in moments of triumph, I hear it all. I am moved by your prayers because I am moved by you. Do not think that your prayers must be perfect or eloquent for me to listen. I am not looking for the right words or the right phrases. I am looking for your heart. Come to me honestly with your brokenness, your doubts, your questions, your fears. I can handle it all. I am not distant or removed from your pain. I am right here, ready to comfort, to heal, to give you the strength you need to continue. Your prayer may be as simple as, "Help me, Lord," and that is enough. I hear you. I know you. I am with you. Prayer is not a one-way conversation. It is a dialogue. As much as I want to hear from you, I also want you to hear from me. I have so much to say to you, so much love and wisdom to pour into your life. But to hear me, you must be still. You must make space for my voice. In the quiet moments of prayer, I will speak to you, guiding your heart, filling you with the peace that transcends all understanding. My voice will calm the storms in your mind, giving you clarity and direction. Through prayer, you will find a strength that is not of this world. It is a strength that does not come from your circumstances or from your own abilities. It comes from me, the source of all strength. When you are weak, I am strong. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, prayer will renew your spirit, fill you with my power, and give you the courage to keep going. Prayer is where your strength is born, where your hope is revived, where your faith is deepened. Think of the times when I prayed. When I walked the earth, I often withdrew to quiet places to be alone with the Father. Even in the midst of my ministry, even as I performed miracles and preached to the multitudes, I made time for prayer. I knew that my strength came from that intimate connection with the Father, and so does yours. If I, who am the Son of God, needed prayer to sustain me, how much more do you? Through prayer, you are connected to the very source of life, and that connection will sustain you through anything. When I prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, I was facing the most difficult moment of my earthly life. The weight of what was to come was overwhelming, and I knew that the path ahead would be filled with pain and suffering. Yet, in that moment I prayed. I poured out my heart to the Father, asking if there was another way, yet ultimately surrendering to His will. It was through prayer that I found the strength to endure the cross, to fulfill the mission I had been sent to complete. And just as I found strength in prayer, so will you. When you face your own Gethsemane moments, when the weight of your struggles feels too heavy to bear, come to me in prayer. Let me strengthen you. Let me remind you that you are not alone. Through prayer, you will find the courage to face whatever lies ahead, knowing that I am with you every step of the way. Prayer is not about changing my mind, it is about changing your heart. It is about aligning your will with mine, trusting that I know what is best for you, even when it's hard to see. When you pray, you are not just asking me to act, you are inviting me into your life, into your heart, into your circumstances. And when you do that, I will move in ways that are beyond your imagination. Sometimes the answer to your prayer will be immediate, and other times it will take longer than you expect. But trust this, I am always listening, and I am always at work. Do not be discouraged if you don't see the results right away. Faith requires patience. Trust that your prayers are being heard, and that I am working behind the scenes in ways you may not yet see. Every prayer you offer rises to me like incense, and none of them are forgotten. I hold each one in my heart, and in my perfect timing I will respond. Sometimes the answer will be what you hoped for, and other times it will be something even better, something you couldn't have foreseen. Prayer is your lifeline. It is where you come to me not just for strength, but for comfort, for guidance, for peace. It is where you lay down your burdens and receive my grace. In prayer, you are never alone. In prayer, you are always in my presence. And in my presence there is fullness of joy, there is peace that stills the storm, and there is strength that carries you through every trial. So come to me, my beloved, in prayer. Let me be your strength. Let me fill you with the courage, the peace, and the hope that you need to face each day. Through prayer, you will find that there is nothing you cannot face, nothing you cannot overcome, because I am with you, and I am for you. My beloved, I know you intimately, more than you could ever know yourself. I have walked every step of your journey, from the moment you took your first breath to this very instant. I've been there in your moments of triumph, rejoicing with you in your victories. I've been there in your moments of sorrow, weeping alongside you in your pain. And through it all, I have never left your side. Every experience you have lived, every trial you have faced, I have been with you, guiding you, comforting you, and strengthening you. I am not a distant God. I am personal, and I am near. Do you remember the times when you felt completely lost? When the weight of the world pressed down on you so heavily that you thought you could not go on? I was there, holding you even when you couldn't feel my presence. I know that in those moments it seemed like I was silent, that I had turned my face away. But I assure you, my beloved, I was with you all along. I was carrying you when you couldn't carry yourself. I know every tear you've cried, every sleepless night you've endured, and every whispered prayer when your heart was too heavy for words. In those moments, my heart ached with yours, and I was closer to you than you could imagine. There were times in your life when you questioned my presence, when the pain was so overwhelming that you wondered if I had abandoned you. You looked around at the broken pieces of your life and thought, "Where's God in all of this?" But let me tell you something that you may not have realized. I was there in the midst of the brokenness. I was there, holding you in the darkest nights, sheltering you in the storm. And even when it felt like you were walking through the fire alone, I was walking right beside you, protecting you from the flames. What you saw as abandonment was actually my hand shielding you from even greater harm. I know the world has hurt you. People have let you down, promises have been broken, and the road has been rough. You've faced betrayal, loss, and heartbreak, and at times it's felt like the pain would never end. But through it all, I have been working for your good, even when you couldn't see it. There are scars on your heart that still ache, wounds that still haven't fully healed. But trust me, I am the healer of all wounds. I am in the process of mending what has been broken, of restoring what has been lost. And I will turn your pain into something beautiful. Do you remember that time when you thought all hope was lost? When the weight of the burden you were carrying was too much to bear, and you didn't know how you would make it through the next day, let alone the next hour. Yet somehow you made it. You found the strength to take one more step, to keep moving forward, even when everything inside of you wanted to give up. That strength didn't come from you, it came from me. I was the one holding you up, giving you the courage to continue, even when you couldn't see a way out. I was the one whispering to your heart, "Keep going, my beloved. I am with you. I will never leave you." I have watched you grow through the trials you've faced. What once seemed impossible now lies behind you, conquered by the strength I placed within you. You are stronger than you realize, not because of your own power, but because I have been your strength. Each time you stumbled, I was there to pick you up. Each time you cried out to me, I heard your voice and responded, even when the answer didn't come in the way you expected. Sometimes I answered with peace, sometimes with direction, and sometimes with silence, but always I was working behind the scenes to bring you through. Do you remember that time when you felt so small, so insignificant, as though your life had no purpose? You looked at the world around you and felt invisible, like nothing you did mattered. But I saw you. I have always seen you. Even when no one else noticed your efforts, I did. Even when it felt like the world didn't care, I cared. I created you with a purpose that no one else can fulfill. There is no one else like you in all of creation, and every part of your journey is woven into the fabric of that purpose. Even the pain, the struggles, the moments of doubt, they are all part of the masterpiece I am creating in your life. You may not have realized it, but every time you reached out in faith, every time you chose to trust me despite your fear, you were growing. Every step of faith you took was building strength within you, shaping you into the person you are today. You may not be able to see the full picture yet, but trust me, my beloved, I am doing something beautiful in your life. I am taking all the broken pieces and making them whole. I am turning your mourning into joy, your sorrow into dancing. And now, look at where you are. You've made it through things you never thought you could survive. The challenges you faced have not destroyed you, they have refined you. They have made you stronger, more compassionate, more resilient. You are not the same person you were before, and that is by my design. Through every trial I have been shaping you, molding you, drawing you closer to me, and now you are a living testament to the power of my love, my grace, and my faithfulness. There are still mountains ahead of you, my beloved, but do not be afraid. The same God who has carried you this far will continue to carry you. The same love that sustained you through your darkest moments will continue to sustain you. The same strength that helped you overcome your greatest challenges is still within you because I am within you. I will never leave you, and I will never forsake you. Your journey is far from over, and there is so much more that I have in store for you. The experiences you have walked through, the pain you have endured, the lessons you have learned, they are not just for you. They are part of the testimony I am building in your life, a testimony that will bring hope to others. The trials you have faced will become the foundation of your strength, and through your story, others will see my faithfulness. You may not realize it, but your life is a beacon of hope. Every time you have chosen faith over fear, every time you have chosen love over bitterness, you have been shining my light into the darkness. Others have seen your journey. They have watched as you have walked through the fire and come out stronger on the other side. And through your journey they have seen me. So do not hide your story, my beloved. Do not be afraid to share the experiences that have shaped you, the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, but somehow by my grace you did. Your story is a testament to my love, my grace, and my power. It is a story of hope, of redemption, of transformation. And I will use your story to bring hope to others, to remind them that they are not alone, that they too can overcome, that they too are loved beyond measure. You are my beloved, and your life is precious to me. Every moment, every experience, every tear has been seen, known, and held in my heart. And through it all, I have been with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and loving you with an everlasting love. Your story is far from over, and I am still writing it. Trust in me, my beloved, for the best is yet to come. My beloved, as we come to the close of this moment, I want you to remember one thing: you are never alone. From the beginning of time, I have been with you, and I will remain with you until the end. Every step you take, every breath you breathe, every tear you shed, I am there, holding you, guiding you, loving you. My love for you is eternal. It is unconditional, and it is unshakable. There will be days when you feel strong, when you feel confident in your purpose and sure of your path. And there will be days when you feel weak, when doubts creep in and the road ahead feels uncertain. But whether you are standing on the mountaintop or walking through the valley, I am the same. I am the God of your victories, and I am the God of your struggles. I am with you in the joy, and I am with you in the sorrow. I am the one who lifts you when you fall, and who rejoices with you when you rise. In the moments when you feel lost, when the world seems too heavy, remember this: I am your refuge. I am your strength. I am the source of the hope that lives inside of you. And no matter what life brings, you can trust in me. I will never abandon you. I will never forsake you. My promises are true, and my love for you is unchanging. You are my beloved, and I am yours. I want you to live in that truth. I want you to walk through this life with the confidence that you are held by me. There is nothing you will ever face that I cannot carry you through. There is no challenge too great, no obstacle too high, no valley too deep that we cannot overcome together. I am your strength when you are weak. I am your peace when the storm rages. I am your hope when all seems lost. Look back at the journey you have walked. See how far you have come, not by your own power, but by the grace I have given you. Every step has been a testament to the strength that comes from faith, the hope that springs from love, and the courage that is born in prayer. You are not the same person you were, and that is because I have been working in you, transforming you, molding you into something beautiful. The road ahead may not always be easy, but I promise you this: I will walk it with you. I will be your guide, your comfort, your protector. And when you don't know where to turn to me. I will be your light, your compass, your ever-present help in times of trouble. When you feel weak, come to me in prayer, and I will renew your strength. When you feel hopeless, remember the community I have placed around you, the people who are there to lift you up, to encourage us to. Faith is a journey, and it is one that we walk together. Through every high and every low, through every victory and every defeat, I am with you. You do not have to carry your burdens alone. You do not have to face the storms of life by yourself. I am the one who calms the seas, who makes a way where there seems to be no way, who brings life where there was once only death. Trust in me, and you will see that there is nothing we cannot face together. So as you move forward from this moment, hold on to the truth that you are loved. Hold on to the hope that I have placed in your heart. And let that hope be a light to others. Just as I have loved you, so too are you called to love others. Through your love, through your actions, you will spread options but bring healing, and you will be a reflection of my light in a world that so desperately needs it. Your life is precious to me. Your journey is not over. I have great things in store for you, plans that are beyond your wildest dreams. Trust in me, my beloved, and know that every step you take is a step I am walking with you. Your story is still being written, and the best is yet to come. Before you leave this moment, I ask one thing: continue to seek me. Continue to open your heart to my love, my guidance, my presence. And as you do, share that journey with others. Let your faith be a testimony of my goodness, a beacon of hope to those around you. Just as I have lifted you up, so too will your story lift others. And through your journey, through your faith, my glory will be revealed. So I invite you to stay connected, to keep growing in faith. If you found hope and encouragement in these words, share it with others. Follow this channel, and together we will continue to walk this journey of faith. Like this video not just as a gesture, but as a reminder to yourself that you are committing to grow, to seek me, to live a life that reflects the hope and strength that I have given you. There is so much more ahead, my beloved. Walk with me, and let's continue this journey together. You are loved, and you are never alone. And there it is, my final call to you, my beloved. Follow, like, and share this message with others so that the hope and love we have can spread far and wide. There is always more to learn, more to experience in our relationship, and I want to walk with you every step of the way.